Imagine living in a time when most scientists thought the idea of teaching a computer to learn like a human was impossible. In that world, a quiet, determined researcher named Geoffrey Hinton began pushing a very different idea, that machines could learn from data in ways inspired by the brain. Geoffrey Hinton was born in 1947 and educated at King's College, Cambridge. He later completed a PhD in artificial intelligence at the University of Edinburgh. Over the following decades, he worked across academia and industry and became one of the central figures in neural network research. Back then, the dominant approach to artificial intelligence was symbolic, handwritten rules and logic. Hinton looked at the brain and saw something different. Many simple units connected in layers, changing together through experience. He asked a fundamental question. If the brain learns by adjusting connections, could we build machines that learn the same way? The technical obstacle was large. Scientists had toyed with artificial neurons for decades, but they didn't know how to train a deep network with many layers and millions of parameters. The computation was hard, and early methods were unstable or too slow. A crucial breakthrough was the backpropagation algorithm, a method to measure a network's error and then propagate corrections backward through the network, so each connection could be adjusted. Backpropagation made it practical to train layered networks and was central to the rise of neural methods. Even with backpropagation, progress was slow for years. Hardware was weak, datasets were small. Many reviewers were skeptical. Hinton persisted. He worked on ideas about distributed representations, probabilistic models, and deep architectures, even when the field preferred symbolic approaches. Then, in 2012, a turning point arrived. Hinton, together with his students Alex Krzyzewski and Ilya Sutskever, entered the ImageNet challenge with a deep convolutional network called AlexNet. AlexNet achieved dramatically lower error rates on ImageNet than prior methods and captured the attention of the whole field. It was a clear signal. Deep learning worked. That result opened the floodgates. The techniques developed by Hinton and collaborators now power systems we use every day. The face detection on your phone, the translation tools that help you read other languages, voice assistants that understand spoken commands, and AI tools that analyze medical images. Hinton's influence isn't just technical. It reshaped how researchers, companies, and governments think about machine learning. But he also became a public voice, calling for caution. In 2023, he stepped down from his role at Google so he could speak more freely about the risks of fast-moving AI technologies.
75-year-old computer scientist Geoffrey Hinton says he quit his job at Google so he can independently share his concerns about AI technology.
He warns that the power of these systems requires careful governance and public discussion.
What do we do to mitigate the long-term risks of things more intelligent than us taking control? Things like GPT-4 eclipses a person in the amount of general knowledge it has, and eclipses them by a long way.
Geoffrey Hinton's story is not only about equations and experiments. It's about persistence. A scientist who kept exploring an idea in the face of skepticism, and whose work helped trigger a revolution in how machines learn.